Okay, we're going to go ahead and practice, which is on page 132. Start with number 1, and then 2, and number 3. Okay, number 1. Order the fractions 4/5, 1/2, 9/10, and 3/4 from least to greatest. Alright, I'm going to write the fractions first. 4/5, 1/2, 9/10, 3/4. Alright, we need a common denominator. I'm looking at the denominator right now. I have a 5, and a 2, a 4, and a 10. I need a least common denominator, which means I need at least common multiple. Alright, now I'm just looking at it without really... I notice 2 times 10 gives me 20. That means like I know 5 goes into 20, I know 4 goes into 20. So I'm thinking 20 might be it, but if you need to see the work, hey, let me show you the work. Alright. 2, 4, 5, 10. I always start with the smallest one. You can start with the largest one you want. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 4, 8, 12, 16. I'm just skip counting. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 10, 20, 25, 30, and probably can't count by tens, guys. Sorry, man. And then 50. Alright, 20. Now I know I didn't finish the 2's, but I know since it's an even number, 2 will eventually go to 20. Okay? 4/5, 1/2, 9/10, 3/4. Okay, we want the common denominator to be 20. By the way, guys, if you know your times tables well enough and you just want to get to it, by all means, please do. Just show the work and you'll be alright. Now, how do you show the work? Right here. Okay, that's fine. So now we have 4 fractions with common denominator 20. Alright, I look at the numerators now. 10 is smallest. Then we have 15. Then we have 16. Okay. Now, please don't make a mistake of simplifying. The whole point is to find a common denominator. You don't have to simplify these. Okay, so it would look like this is the answer, least to greatest, but these are not the original fractions. You have to write the original fractions. Right, 10/20ths is 1/2. 15/20ths is 3/4. Again, guys, it's good to make mistakes. That's why I have an eraser. 3/4, and then 16/20ths is 4/5. Oh, blame my OCD, people. I'm trying to keep the pattern. There you go. 3/4, and finally, 18/20ths is 9/10. Y'all see what I did there, right? Okay, I'm gonna ignore it. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna try anyways. All right, but there's your answer then, from least to greatest. All right, number 2. Do we have enough space here? Here we go. I'm just using that shitty paper. Use the back. If you have space, by all means keep going. You know what? Follow my advice to see number 2. It's a word problem. Cora spends 2/3 of her free time blogging on the internet. Leah spends 60% of her free time blogging on the internet. Who spends most of her free time blogging? Okay, just get the blood flowing here. We're talking about Cora, and we're talking about Leah. They're blogging. Again, I'm just writing stuff down. I don't want to leave a blank paper. I want to show that I'm thinking to myself. Again, blood flowing. Alright, Cora spends 2/3 and Leah spends 60%. Okay, so it looks like we're going to compare these two quantities. Okay? And by all means, people, draw pictures, write words. If you're stuck, especially with word problems, write something down. Doodle if you have to. And as always, write down the numbers, okay? 2/3, 60%. Okay, you have a choice here. Changing both the percents, changing both the fractions, or changing both the decimal numbers if that's what you really want. But me, I'm going to change them to fractions. I kind of like fractions today. Sometimes I like decimals more, but for now, I'm going with this 60 hundredths. Number 60%, 60 per hundred, literally. Oof. Okay. Common denominator. Now, remember when I told you guys earlier, when you're working with fractions, if you can, simplify. See what happens. I can't simplify this, but I can simplify that. 20. You could have simplified by 2 or by 10. It depends on your level of times tables knowledge, but you'll get there. Okay, 60 divided by 20. I can make 3 groups of 20 out of 60, because times 3, right? 3 times 20 is 60. Alright, 3. And then 100 divided by 20. I can make 5 groups of 20. Okay, this I can work with. Alright. Multiply the denominators, which you kind of share in the denominators here. Or you can try finding the LCM, going to factor trees and all that. We'll just do this really fast. Okay. 10 fifteenths. 9 fifteenths. Okay, I can see that 10 is larger than 9 because I'm comparing the numerators. 10 is greater than. Okay, so this fraction is greater than this fraction, which means this is greater than this, which means that Cora spends more time blogging. That means Cora is the answer. Okay? And finally, the table shows the wins for some middle school football teams. Which team has the greatest fraction of wins? Oh my goodness, we have 3 teams. Eagles, Wolves, Mustangs. Again, yes, the table's in the booklet, in the book, but it doesn't hurt to write the words here on your paper too, just so you keep yourself aware. Eagles, 95%. Wolves, 9/10. And Mustangs, 0.89 or 89 hundredths. Alright, it says we want fraction. Which one has the greatest fraction? So I guess we have to change them all to fractions. Alright, 95 hundredths. 9/10 is already a fraction, that's no biggie. 89 hundredths is the 89 hundredths. 89 per hundred. We need a common denominator. I know 10 can go up to 100. We can make 10 groups. We can scale up by a factor of 10. You might hear some buzzing in the background. That's my neighbors mowing their lawn. And 89 hundredths. Okay. So, same denominator. 100, 100, 100. But who is the largest one? We have 95, 90, 89. This is the greatest fraction, 95 hundredths. Okay. That means the Eagles have the greatest fractions. And again, I'm using the question to write the answer. Greatest, again, thank God for this eraser, fraction of wins. And that is the guided practice. More than one way to do any of these problems, choose one that works best for you.